This is Couples Court with the Cutlers.
This is the case of MARCUM versus Bell. You all have been together for several years. You've talked about moving in together, but nobody's moving anywhere as long as these allegations of cheating are still unresolved. Is that right, Ms. MARCUM?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay. Tell us why you've opened this case and what warning signs you've seen that he's cheating.
Well, over a course of time, I've noticed some things. Him hiding his phone all the time, or very secretive with his phone, and every single thing is just about him. All his pictures, photos, videos, none of it has anything to do with me. He gives me some mumbo jumbo about his girlfriend can't be included on his social media. Oh yeah, we're blocked.
Because, Your Honor, you know what?
You can't access him. He won't be your friend. He won't have you on there.
No,
And there's no mention of you anywhere on the social media.
absolutely not.
We looked into your social media pages, Mr. Bell, and looking at your Facebook page, there are 117 photos on your Facebook page, none of Ms. MARCUM. We looked at your Instagram account. There are 1,610 posts on your Instagram account, none of Ms. MARCUM. Why have you excluded her from your life?
Your Honor, she's dramatic and she does crazy stuff. I'm in the music industry, so that I have to request friends and, you know, be social. She goes, every female that I become friends with, she go request them, and, you know, she's messing up all type of business. It's money I'm missing because of this stuff.
Oh my gosh, I'm the one who put him in the music business, first of all.
Oh,
She
Okay?
and so, Ms. MARCUM, you think that him excluding you from his social media doesn't have anything to do with the music industry? You think
Absolutely
he
not.
doesn't want his other women to know that he's involved with you?
That is correct, Your Honor.
What do you have in your hand?
I have proof here, Your Honor, of him speaking, texting other women.
Oh. Ron, would you please get that for us so we can see what we got?
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
All right, so we have here some text messages.
So, Ms. MARCUM, you write, I believe you two have met the other woman, so why are you adding me? And you respond to ask what the situation is. And she responds, as far as I know, he's single. And so you ask, so have you been talking or seeing each other? And she says, yes, we have met, and somewhat.
Mr. Bell, who is this woman?
Your Honor, that's somebody who I talked to. I asked about a dog. I was trying to buy a dog from her. And, you know,
He can't have dogs at his place of living.
but it don't matter. If it's a dog that I like, I'll still get it. But, Your Honor...
Wait. You're telling me that this woman that says, so have you been talking or seeing each other? And she said, yeah, we met and somewhat you've been seeing each other.
She's
It's
lying
been
to me.
over a dog?
No, somewhat we've been talking, but we only met one time. That was at the club.
Excuse me, dating website.
Yes,
Let's see that.
Miss good old last one right there.
That's the same woman?
Yeah, it migrated from there to club talking to, that was a Facebook messenger. So she's his Facebook friend.
So this is a person that he's met on Plenty of Fish.
Yeah.
Okay, so is that where you
Maybe
go buy
not
your
originally,
dogs? Is
but-
it Plenty of Fish?
No, I was on there. Yes, I was. I had seen her on there, and I just happened to say hello.
Just happened to.
Yeah, like
so
you-
Nice to meet you here.
you went to the pond on Plenty of Fish to get a dog.
No, I did the messages on Facebook, but when I seen her on there, I said, like, what you doing on here?
All right,
You know,
Tyler, you know
I'm-
what the question is. Go ahead and
I'm starting to
ask
wonder
it.
who the dog is.
Oh.
Now,
That's what I'm
here's
starting to
Your
wonder.
Honor,
But the big question, why were you on Plenty of Fish to
There
begin
it
with?
is.
Okay,
There's
Your Honor,
the scholar.
this is why. For the whole time we've been dating, it's been a year and a half, I just recently find out the whole time that she's been living with her baby's father and kids, 3 kids, and they have a dog also. So that's a whole family.
Okay, how did you not know that she was living with her ex?
Because she never brought me to her house. I never met anybody in her family. I never been to no social events, family, none of that. Out the whole year and a half.
Okay, but how did you find out?
Your Honor, she gets in a bad accident. The baby daddy was up at the hospital, and he was telling everything.
He's living with me. It's my condo. I own it. Me and my ex has not been together in over 7 to 8 years.
But Mr. Bell, that still doesn't answer the question, why are you on Plenty of Fish?
Because I feel like I'm alone. I mean, she's at home with him, and I'm at home in my bed by myself. So I'm like, you know, maybe I need a backup
So rather than
plan.
talk to her about it, say,
Hold on. Mr. Cutler, I think this is a fair question. Why didn't you tell him you were living with your ex?
Because I know how it looks, Your Honor. I absolutely know how it looks.
Okay, but it doesn't look that way if you're honest at the beginning. That smells a whole lot different than a year and a half in. Oh, you know that thing I didn't tell you?
No.
Yeah, it looks completely different. But is your testimony, Mr. Bell, that you are not cheating?
No, I'm not cheating, Your Honor.
You haven't gone fishing, you just looking at the fish.
That's it.
Miss Markham, do you have any other reason to believe that he's cheating?
Yes, my wreck happened on March the 1st, okay? On January the 4th, prior to this, I'm calling his phone. He's not answering. He's off work at this time. So, he doesn't answer his other line of communication. So guess what? I showed up over his house. What's going on
Which
here?
you always do.
So you're calling him, trying to track him down.
It wasn't because of this.
You get there, what happens?
So I arrive to his apartment, which is in a hallway full of other apartments, and I hear loud music. And I know at 12:30 in the morning he can't play loud music. So I go up to the door and just listening. I hear a girl's laugh.
From his apartment?
From his apartment. I knock on his door and everything. No answer. They hear me. They turn it down. So there's a sliding glass door in the back. So I run around there and just see what I could see from there.
Oh, my
Ron,
goodness.
do you mind coming up here and I have some evidence
Ron,
for you?
she
I
has
want
an
you to
exhibit.
see.
Would you help her with that?
I got some pretty pictures over here.
Crazy.
I go around to the front. This is his bedroom window, and it's basically at ground level, but it's at the top of a room, as you can see in the second picture. So I slide that little piece of glass over, which is on the top. Here's his bed. I decided, well, I can jump through there and onto his bed.
Hanging in the window.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Okay.
I hear a laugh again, I'll do it again. So, a foot, no, I won't. I'm just playing, because honestly, I ended up in a pretzel on the
She fell
floor.
on the floor.
So you climbed through the window.
Like
She
a
hurt
pretzel.
herself.
I didn't make it. So he comes bashing in the room. What are you doing? What are you doing?
So what did you find when you got in?
Oh, girl. And him. He's in his tank top, his ripped up pants and everything. And she decides she's gonna bring over a 1/4 big bottle of vodka. Well, what we got here.
All right, Mr. Bell, it's 12:30. What in the world is this woman doing at your house?
Okay, I work second shift, Your Honor. So I get off work at 11 o'clock. So that's when my night starts. So she just came over, we were just chilling, kicking it. And I didn't open the door because I knew she was gonna come in dramatic and I didn't want to start no trouble.
she came in dramatic.
Yeah.
Should I open the door?
What were you doing with this woman?
We was just hanging out, drinking and hanging out.
And I'm presuming you think they were sleeping together, and you either caught them after or just before they jumped off.
Exactly.
All right, Ms. Marco, is there anything else that supports your belief that Mr. Bell is cheating?
The girl calling his phone in the middle of the night time. She called his phone in the middle of the night while he was asleep, and of course I'm gonna answer
So what did
it.
you say to her?
She was actually, I said, this is Rom's girlfriend. And she said, oh, I had no idea he had a girlfriend.
You
making me
actually
like
submitted
this.
your conversation with this woman.
Yes.
All right, so this is Ms. Marco. Hello.
Okay.
Who is this? Casey Rome's girlfriend. You just called his phone. I was unaware he had a girlfriend. Have y'all hooked up? What did she say to that?
That's when she actually called my cell phone, because I got
She
her
said
number
no.
off his phone.
Well, did she answer your
She
question?
did say no, that they have not hooked up, but they have been talking for quite a while. And this was in February.
Mr. Bell, why didn't this woman know you have a girlfriend? If you've been talking for a while, why didn't she know that?
Because I didn't have to tell her because we wasn't talking like that. I mean,
What were y'all
Were you talking
about?
late at night?
no, this is a different one. We was just having a conversation.
Yeah, it's a different
Just
one.
All right, here's the
conversation.
thing.
Maybe he was trying to find another puppy.
Here's the thing. Even if you aren't going to get with her, even if you aren't cheating, even if so, this young lady, whoever she is, this third person, she deserves to be treated well as well. She deserves to know your status because she thinks you're available. And that's not fair to her. And this woman is supposed to be with you, and it's not fair to her to have some woman out here being strung along. Even if you haven't gone there, you so close to there that it stinks. And Ms. Markham, it's your hope to keep this relationship going.
Of course.
You want to eventually move in and move forward, is that correct?
Of course.
And so your goal is hopefully to get answers and that those answers be the answers you need to move forward.
I just want answers. He skirts around a question. It's yes or no.
I got you. So,
know?
Mr. Cutler, I think we have enough right here.
Okay.
What we have is his social media is the #1 cause of her concerns. She's not on it, and she thinks that's proof that he wants to hide her so he can do what he wants. She's climbed through his window, which is scary, to find another woman in there. Then late night phone calls with women. He's on plenty of fish. He's out there fishing, and he's in a pond trying to get a dog. I don't understand it.
A lot of them.
And because of that, she is concerned that he's cheating. She wants the relationship to move forward. She wants to know that he's innocent. But if he isn't, she's done. She's out. Am I right?
I'm done.
All right.
I get
So that's where we are, Mr.
Tell me the
Cutler.
truth.
Well, to get to the bottom of this court has done a full and complete investigation. At this time, the court will hear from licensed private investigator Brett Magleby to determine, is he cheating? Ron, please escort Mr. Magleby in.
How are you, Mr. Magleby?
I'm well, thank you very much.
Thank you for being here. Can you please state your credentials for the court record?
Yes, I spent 23 years in local law enforcement, 6 years as a licensed private investigator, and I'm currently a state administrator of iDetect.
In order to get to the truth surrounding the infidelity allegations in this case, you performed an iDetect test, is that correct?
That is correct.
Can you please explain how an iDetect test works?
During a test, a person sits in front of an iDetect computer equipped with an infrared eye tracking camera. The camera monitors involuntary eye behavior. The camera takes approximately 60 pictures per second of an eye. During the course of a 30-minute test, there are more than 1 million data points that we gather. At the conclusion of the test, proprietary algorithm analyzes the data and provides a truthful or deceptive response.
So how is this iDetect test being used currently in the world?
Well, governments and organizations and credibility assessment experts around the world use iDetect, and we screen potential and existing employees for serious crimes such as espionage, sabotage, terrorism, drug use, even unethical behaviors can be monitored.
All right.
So you performed an iDetect test on Mr. Bell. The test asked him a series of questions to get to the bottom of his girlfriend's accusations that he has cheated and had sexual contact with other women since the beginning of their relationship. How did he respond to the accusation?
He denied having sexual intercourse or contact with any person other than Ms. Markham since the beginning of their relationship.
What did the iDetect test determine?
The iDetect test determined that he was deceptive.
Mr. Bell,
Yes, sir.
now's your chance to come clean. Who have you been with since you've been in a relationship with Ms. Markham?
I haven't been with nobody. I've been just me.
Mr. Bell, this is your one chance. If you plan to be with this woman, to clear the record. Now, we got you. You can't, this thing picks up the things you can't control in your eyes and your movement. Am I right,
That's
mister?
exactly right.
All right, now, so what you are hiding, you can't hide on this test. So here's your chance to just clear the record, do the right thing.
No, okay, I'll tell it. I'm deceptive. I'm being deceptive.
We know that.
You know-
Who you been deceptive with?
The girl that climbed through the window. I mean, that she climbed through the window.
Who else?
Are you still seeing
That's
her?
it. No. She ran her away. I mean,
He
that
doesn't
was
have a
it.
truthful bone in his body, and he said he did not have sex with her that night. I know.
Miss Markham, you got answers to your questions.
Thank you.
They weren't the answers you may have wanted.
No.
What we want to know is, what do you want to do going forward?
I was a good person to him. I was a good woman to him. We did a whole lot of things. You know, he
And it's
can't even
tearing you up.
He can't even give me that part of honesty.
So what do you want to do? Do you want to go forward, or are you done?
I'm done.
Well, we have counseling available for you, because I think you need to hear from somebody and talk to somebody about how to take care of you
You're right.
and how to heal from this experience. So please speak to Dr. Jeff. He will give you great ideas of how to move your life forward. And Mr. Bell, you need to talk to him to figure out what's going on with you. Because
And how to be in a relationship.
Yeah. And as we say in this courtroom, do not cheat yourself out of an opportunity to have a happy, healthy, truthful, and honest relationship. Court is adjourned.